When we think of death, we usually imagine it as the final end. But in the animal kingdom, death isn't always as simple as it seems. Some creatures continue to move, function, or even fight back after they should already be gone. It's eerie, unsettling, and a reminder of just how strange life on Earth can be. Today, we'll uncover 7 animals that can live, move, or act even after death. Let's begin with the cockroach. Famously resilient, these insects can live for days, even weeks, without their heads. Their circulatory system doesn't rely on blood pressure the way ours does, and they breathe through small openings in their bodies rather than their mouths. When a cockroach is decapitated, it doesn't bleed out the way mammals do. Instead, the wound clots, and the rest of its body keeps moving. Without a head, the roach eventually starves, but the fact that it can wander around headless for so long has made it a symbol of survival. Scientists have studied this phenomenon for decades, fascinated by how a creature so small can withstand such extreme conditions. Even in death, cockroaches blur the line between life and decay, keeping their reputation as one of Earth's ultimate survivors. Next is the chicken, specifically the eerie phenomenon known as the headless chicken run. For a few minutes after decapitation, a chicken's body can still move, flap, or even run around the yard. This is due to nerves and spinal cord reflexes firing independently of the brain. The most famous case was Miracle Mike, a chicken from the 1940s who survived for 18 months after a failed beheading when part of his brainstem was left intact. Farmers fed him with an eyedropper, and he became a bizarre celebrity. While Mike's case was unique, it highlights how complex nervous systems can keep bodies moving long after the mind is shut down. Farmers and scientists alike have used these cases to study reflexive actions and muscle memory, and it remains one of the strangest examples of life persisting after supposed death. Another creepy example comes from the snake. Even after being killed, a snake's body can writhe, slither, and its head can still deliver deadly bites. This is because their nerves remain reactive to touch and temperature for hours. People have been bitten by the severed heads of rattlesnakes and cobras, proving that killing a snake doesn't immediately make it safe. The body can twitch, coil, and strike in horrifying displays of post-mortem movement. In rural areas where venomous snakes are common, locals warn against handling a dead snake too quickly. The danger is real, as venom glands remain active and muscles can still launch a powerful strike. These ghostly movements serve as a chilling reminder that snakes can be lethal, even beyond death. The frog also makes the list. Scientists have long observed that frog legs can twitch and move after death, especially when exposed to salt or electrical currents. In fact, early experiments with electricity in the 18th century used frog legs to demonstrate how muscle fibers respond even after death. This phenomenon, called rigor excitability, comes from the nerves and muscles remaining sensitive to stimulation. While a frog may be gone, parts of its body continue to react as though life still lingers. In kitchens where frog legs are cooked as delicacies, diners have occasionally witnessed twitching muscles reacting to seasoning or heat, creating unsettling scenes. It's science at work, but it feels more like something from a horror movie. Then there's the octopus. These intelligent sea creatures have a decentralized nervous system, with 2/3 of their neurons located in their arms. Even after an octopus dies, its arms can still move, grasp, and react to touch. In some cases, severed arms will crawl or attempt to grasp objects independently, as though they have a mind of their own. It's unsettling to watch, but it highlights just how alien octopus biology really is. Each arm functions almost like a separate brain, which is why postmortem movement is so dramatic. In fish markets across Asia, people sometimes witness octopus arms still wriggling on plates, reacting to sauces and seasonings. It's not life in the true sense, but it is the lingering spark of a nervous system so advanced it continues to act after death. The shark is another creature with unnerving after-death abilities. Sharks rely on spinal reflexes to keep swimming. Even after they've been killed, their bodies can continue to thrash powerfully, muscles firing as if they were still alive. Fishermen often report shark bodies writhing long after death, with jaws snapping shut reflexively. In some cases, nerves can trigger strong movements for hours, making them dangerous even when they're supposedly lifeless. The sheer strength of a shark's body means these spasms can break equipment or injure anyone handling them. It's a grim demonstration of how much power remains locked in muscle memory and why sharks command respect both in life and beyond it. Finally, the wasp shows us that even insects can keep moving after they've been fatally injured. Some wasps have been observed continuing to sting and twitch even after their bodies have been crushed. Their nervous systems allow for reflexive actions that don't require brain input. This is why a freshly killed wasp can still sting if handled carelessly, delivering venom despite being technically dead. In fact, pest control experts warn that stepping on a wasp isn't always enough. You can still be stung afterward. For humans unlucky enough to be allergic, that sting can be just as dangerous as if the insect were alive. Death doesn't switch off the threat immediately. Instead, it lingers, ready to deliver pain even after the wasp's last breath. What ties all of these examples together is the remarkable persistence of nerves and reflexes in the animal kingdom. Cockroaches live without heads. Chickens run headless. Snakes bite long after death. Frog legs twitch from electrical sparks. Octopus arms crawl independently. Sharks thrash violently, and wasps sting from beyond the grave. These aren't signs of life in the traditional sense, but they blur the line between living and dead in unsettling ways. Each case reveals the hidden complexity of nervous systems, where life's spark doesn't always vanish instantly. So the next time you assume that death is instant, remember these animals. Their bodies tell a stranger story, one where movement, danger, and reflexes can outlast the heartbeat. They remind us that in nature, even death doesn't always mean the end. And perhaps most chilling of all, they show us that the boundary between life and death is not as clear as we think. It's a gray area where nerves keep firing, muscles keep twitching, and survival echoes linger long after the body should be still.